I think this is the house. This is the worst toilet that I've personally ever had to deal with. Absolutely full of faeces. Underneath the crust, when it was penetrated, it was just soft, loose faeces.
Yeah, I feel really sad. That is not a good sign.
The stench was like nothing I've ever smelt. Welcome to Filth. My name's Vicky, I'm a specialist biohazard cleaner. We do crime scenes, trauma, body decompositions, hoarder houses, all the bodily fluids. Basically, we clean up everything that nobody else wants to touch, and for me, the dirtier the better. I have had normal jobs in the past. I just find them so boring. I need grime, I need dirt, I need infestations, I need spiders, I need bodily fluids, faeces, rotten food, all of that to get me out of bed in the morning. I've had an urgent phone call from a daughter whose father has sadly passed away. They've been estranged for a couple of years, so she hasn't been to his house. She's been given the key, she's gone in, and the condition is so severe, she just can't deal with it herself. This gentleman was vulnerable, he was elderly and he's been cuckooed, but vulnerability can look different. The last house that we did was a hoarder house. That gentleman had severe mental health issues and hoarding disorder, and if you want to watch that video, it's available on Filth. And if you like it, don't forget to hit subscribe. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to find. I do know the toilet is severely blocked and full to the brim of faeces. I think this is the house. Yeah, it is. We're here. I'm going to go and assess before the rest of the team arrives, because we've not actually seen inside the property yet. We're not quite sure what we're going to be working with today. The lady doesn't really feel comfortable coming inside. The circumstances are fairly sad, so I've got the key, so I'm going to go and check it out now. We can't actually get in round the front door, which is why we're coming around the back entrance today. I don't think this is the worst of it. I think we're going to have some problematic areas. The kitchen's fairly standard. I believe this is the bathroom. I'm not actually going to go in there at this point. I'm going to put some PPE on and go in there and have a proper look later. So we don't actually know if we're dealing with drug paraphernalia at this point, because we're a bit unsure as to exactly what's been happening in the property. I'm looking out for all sorts of dangers, hazards, anything that could pose a risk to us as we complete the job. There's nothing obvious in this room. So if there was drug paraphernalia, we would be probably looking, there'd be needles, there might be other equipment used to maybe cook with. Sometimes it's a telling sign if there's baking powder laid around and items like that that they may be cut in. But again, we don't know what we're dealing with at this point. There's all different types of drugs, there's all different types of paraphernalia. But I'm just mindful that if there has been a drug gang that's cuckooed the property, I just need to be aware of that as we're making our initial assessments.
In March 2024, law enforcement visited 1,284 suspected cuckooed addresses. Cuckooing is a rapidly growing issue in the UK, affecting the most vulnerable in our society.
The neighbour has voiced concerns over the last couple of years that she believes that the gentleman was being cuckooed. That sometimes happens when somebody vulnerable in society, somebody elderly or maybe somebody with learning difficulties almost gets targeted by a gang, and they sort of take over the home and they can use it to drug deal out of or do whatever else they're doing, and the neighbour and the daughter believe that the gentleman might have been cuckooed, so a lot of these belongings that we're seeing today might not even belong to the gentleman whose house it was. It could just be stuff that belongs to anybody, which is actually going to make it easier for us to deal with the clearing process. The daughter's not precious about a lot of it because she doesn't even know who it belongs to. But it is just a really sad situation because he was elderly, he obviously had health issues, and it does seem like people have been taking advantage of him, which again is really sad, especially in your later years of life, isn't it? So we've been brought here to clear up, and obviously we're helping the family. The daughter of the gentleman's been left to deal with it. She's very overwhelmed and emotional about it all. We haven't got that emotional attachment, but it is just really sad. You feel like you're throwing someone's life away, and as you can see, there's sort of greetings cards to family members, and in amongst this stuff there might be just items that were really important to somebody. So we are mindful, as we're going through, to keep our eye on something for things that might be sentimental, but also it's just sad, isn't it? Like, this is how somebody's ended up living. It is heavy on the heart, this kind of work. I don't know what's going on here. Carpet's already been ripped up. So it's not always extreme hoarder houses or extreme biohazards, what we get called to. Sometimes it is just the situation is so upsetting for the family to deal with. Quite often it's somebody's passed away and the family just can't bring themselves to do the clearance. Clearing bags to us, again, we haven't got that emotional attachment, but sometimes the family find that process so hard and so time consuming. Whereas for us it's quite a simple task. So we'll probably leave the bed, but everything that's already bagged up we'll clear, and we'll have a look what's in the wardrobe, see if there's anything else to go. But the daughter wants as much gone as possible. So I'm not an expert, but this looks like quite severe subsidence. The crack is all the way up and along that wall as well. So it shows that the property hasn't been maintained for a long time. Right. Again, there's a lot of stuff in here. Most of it looks like bedding, clothing. It's a lot of this we'll be able to put straight into the skip, I think, which will make our lives a little bit easier as well. I'm going to go and get some proper PPE to have a proper look at the bathroom.